I think there is this limiting belief in the love coaching industry that women consume a lot, which is just be good in bed, just look good, have a sexy body, and you will attract a great man. But I'm here to bust that myth because I work with some really gorgeous women. I work with supermodels, TV stars. I work with women who have great figures, take really great care of themselves, and they still struggle to attract commitment. They still struggle to attract a man who wants to close all his options and just be with this one woman and be there for her, be loyal to her, love her, and devote himself and his life to her. So if you are looking to find out what is the missing ingredient, what is it that differentiates women who get love, devotion, loyalty, and commitment versus women who just get desired, then this video is for you, because I'm talking about what do men want more than sex. Hello and welcome. This is dating and relationship coach Sami Wunder. Make sure to hit subscribe to my channel for updates from me every Wednesday on how to attract and keep a healthy romantic relationship. So let's talk about why sex is not as important, first and foremost, as it's made out to be, and why, as a smart woman, as a wise woman, you've got to look beyond this superficial message in the love coaching industry that it's all about being hot, it's all about being sexy. So let's face it, if you are looking to attract the kind of man that my Elevate clients want to attract, which is ambitious, successful, has his life together, then sex is actually quite easily available to such a man without commitment. And I don't think a lot of you realize this. I think when we look at accounts like OnlyFans, etc., you literally just have to pay a few $100s and you can have a very beautiful, young, and sexy woman, and you can do whatever you want with her, as we know, right? So sex is not a big deal. And I think if we as wise women, if we as educated women, if we as traditionally morally high ground women make sex such a big deal in our head, then we go down this rabbit hole of always feeling like we're not good enough. We have to lose more weight. We have to have longer hair, more dense hair. Maybe we should get Botox. Maybe we should get fillers. Maybe we should up level our style even more. And there's no doubt about it. Like, I don't want to dismiss the fact that looks do matter. And I do think that women who are slim, looking after themselves, they do tend to attract a lot of male attention. But here's what I need you to understand. It is not the end of the story. In fact, it's only the start of the story. Your looks can pull in men. Your looks can definitely pull in a lot of attraction and pull in a lot of desire. But what happens after that is what counts, right? Like how you make a man feel in your presence, what an emotional experience he's having with you in your presence. That is what is going to make a man stay and keep coming back to you for more, because I'm sure you do not want to just endlessly go on first dates because you have a great dating profile and you're a very attractive woman. So you get lots of first, second, third dates, and then poof, everything disappears after a point. So how do we break out of this? How do we break out of this cycle of just endless first dates? Maybe you are an attractive woman, but nothing seems to stick. Now, the key here is to understand that yes, indeed, my looks will be attracting a man at the forefront, and you definitely want to show up as your best self, as your healthiest self. But beyond that, it is who you are being energetically and the kind of emotional experience you create for men that is going to define whether or not a man stays. Okay, so this is what men want more than sex, because sex is easy to have, sex can be bought, sex is so easily available on websites today. So what a man is looking for when he's looking at a wife or he's looking at a long-term partner is emotional attraction and emotional connection. And literally not enough people are talking about this, and I truly believe that in order to be able to even talk about emotional attraction, in order for any coach or expert to teach emotional attraction, we have to be highly attuned to our own emotions, and we have to understand that emotional attraction is, our ability to be vulnerable with a man. Emotional attraction is our ability to make a man man feel admired, but doing that without smothering him, without mothering him, without over nurturing him. And that is where the fine balance comes. Because the women we work with inside Elevate, they're all good women, they're all kind hearted. And I would say they are able to tune into their emotions, but when they feel for a man, their way of showing love and their way of building emotional connection is what actually pushes masculine men away. So I'll give you an example. So a lot of women think that, when a man shares his struggles with you, or maybe he's saying he's going through a hard time, maybe he's saying work is too demanding, maybe he's saying, oh my goodness, things are not going with the investment round the way we had expected them to go. And then because you want to be the woman that is attuned to his emotions and you want to build a real deep emotional connection, most women will end up offering advice or end up offering solutions or end up trying to fix his problem instead of just being in their feminine energy and being that soft, acknowledging force in his life. And this is where I think so many of us are just getting it wrong. We are still so much in our masculine energy, and we literally don't know how to do vulnerability, and we don't know how to let a man be a man around us, which is what a man craves beyond everything else. He craves to feel like a man in your presence. He craves to feel seen, heard, and understood by you. And he can never feel seen, heard, and understood by you if you fix him the minute he opens up to you. If you offer advice the minute he shares some challenge with you. And I know you're coming from a good place, because the women I work with, they're all, kind, nice, lovely women. But the issue here is that you emasculate him and you basically tell him, I don't trust you to solve this for yourself, so I'm going to wear the big panties here and be your mama and tell you how to fix this. And it's actually coming from that place of love and concern. I totally get it, but it's a very mothering kind of love and concern. It's not the feminine type of love and concern, because the feminine type of love and concern, which masculine men truly crave beyond sex, beyond your body, beyond desiring you, is where, he makes a wrong turn, he makes a mistake, and instead of going, oh my God, you did that again, there we go, instead you offer him kindness, you offer him grace, and you say, oh, that's no big deal, don't worry about it, as long as we get to the right place in the end, right? So this kind of graciousness, this kind of kindness is the feminine softness that men crave. They want to feel admired by you. They don't want to feel fixed by you. They don't want to feel like you don't trust them to solve their own problems. They want to feel like even though they are making some mistakes, even though they're not perfect, even though they're not getting all of it right, you see their competence. You see that they're still capable. And that is what a man craves, even beyond sex, even beyond a beautiful body. And this is an emotional experience that I believe is a skill any woman can learn, but most women don't know how to do it, because most women today are bombarded with advice like, have high standards, don't be so easy to get him to chase you. And I get it, like all of those superficial tips and tricks work in the beginning when somebody doesn't know you, right? It works. I have no doubt about it. I have enough evidence. I've been doing this for the last 10 years. I have enough evidence to see that yes, in the beginning, not being available all the time and, being hard to get, not playing hard to get, but just being hard to get, being high value in your boundaries, all of that advice is totally on point. But you can't keep that distance, that mystery, that absence forever. Like there is going to be a time in dating when intimacy is going to increase. There is going to be a time in the relationship when he will be around more of the time, because intimate relationships are about intimacy. They're about closeness and not constant mystery, constant distance, constantly being apart from each other. And then in those moments when a man comes close to you, who are you being then? Are you able to establish an emotional connection? Are you able to establish an emotional bond? Because that is what is going to separate you from him, because that is what is going to make you separate from the other women in his mind, the emotional connection he feels with you. And in my experience, most women don't know how to do it. We only know how to be good girl. We only know how to over nurture, fix, solve, offer, but we don't know how to be in our feminine and be that soft landing space for a man. I am noticing this right now with so many of my Elevate clients, whose connections fall off in mid-level dating. So they attract lots of great men, they've mastered the early dating process. But when it comes to like the 2 month mark, the 3 month mark, men literally feel like the connection is not deepening, the connection is not growing. And that is because the woman is not yet able to pull him in emotionally. And usually this happens if the woman is not attuned with her own feelings, so she bypasses her own feelings. It can also happen because the woman is afraid of vulnerability. It can also happen because the woman is playing too much of a good girl and is scared of speaking her truth, drawing her boundaries, choosing herself, putting herself on the pedestal, being the prize. And this is why so many connections, even with the most beautiful, gorgeous women, will fall off at the 2 month, 3 month mark, because men truly are looking for the woman they feel something for, and that feeling comes through building emotional attraction. So as I said in this video already, emotional attraction is a skill any woman can learn. So don't beat yourself up if you are seeing yourself in this video. And if you want to learn the Sami Wunder methodology of how you can create emotional attraction with high caliber men, then I have a brand new free training you're welcome to watch, which is also going to give you access to 50% off on the Building Emotional Attraction program just this week. So make sure to check out the training. And of course, if you want to dive deeper into studying how to create vulnerability with men, how to create authenticity with men, how to create healthy challenge with men, and how to emotionally draw men in, then I highly recommend the Building Emotional Attraction program. On my website, you'll see the standard price, but when you join the training and claim my offer, you can grab the program at 50% off. I hope this was helpful. Leave me a comment if you have any questions, and I'll see you next week.